Good day, everyone. Good day. Today is Friday and it is Fun Fact Friday. All right. So today I just want to um, thank all the wonderful nurses out there. I know we're not close to Nurses Week, but this was a poll that came in the first part of the year for January. This actually was written January 10th. 2023 by Megan Brennan. These are the Gallup polls, and this article was entitled Nurses Retain Top Ethics Rating in the United States, but below 2020 high. Because, of course, we all know what was going on in 2020. But overall, what I want you to take from this is that nurses remain the most trusted profession in the United States. So, if you are striving to become a nurse, an LPN, a registered nurse, an LVN, then you are one of the most trusted professions in the United States. So, nurses have once again topped the Gallup's annual poll of the most trusted professions in the United States, just as they have for more than 2 decades. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? So we're just going to look here and we'll go through a few of these highlights. All right. So the most recent poll reports that 79% of United States nurses, 79% of US adults who now say nurses have very high or high honesty and ethical standards is far more than any of the other 17 professions that were rated. All right, I'd like to go back and see what were those other 17 professions. And they do mention a few at the end here that I have kind of read through. So once again, the most recent poll reports that 79% of U.S. adults who now say nurses have very high or high honest and ethical standards is far more than any of the other 17 professions rated. So let's keep it up, nurses. You guys are great. Student nurses, those who are aspiring to be a nurse, you guys are awesome. And I tutor nurses. I tutor nursing students. I am a mentor for nurses, new nurses. I also will help guide nurses who are in the critical care environment. I will guide you on how to pass the CCRN exam, as well as how our new nurses, our graduate nurses, can pass the NCLEX RN or NCLEX LPN LVN exam. All right, so going back to our Gallup poll, the percentage is lower than the rating that nurses received in 2020. That was during the pandemic. So, yeah, our ratings were a lot higher back then. Of course, we were well needed. Now, two other health related professions that enjoyed similar bumps in their ethics ratings. Sorry about that. That was my little alarm going off. Um, but two other health related professions that enjoyed similar bumps in their ethics ratings in 2020 were medical doctors and pharmacists. They now rank second and third behind nurses, with 62% and 58% of Americans, respectively, rating them highly. That's awesome. And like nurses, both of these professions ethics ratings actually dropped significantly in 2021, and it edged down further this year. All right. So, of course, those polls are coming from the previous year for 2023. So, for this year. So, all three are now below their pre pandemic levels. Oh, that sounds horrible, even below the pre pandemic levels. All right. So, this is coming from Washington, D.C. I'm just kind of reading a summary, but let's look at this graph here. Oh, this is interesting. So these findings are from a November 9th up to December 2nd, 2022 poll. Okay, so I don't know if this is including 2023, but nurses have been the most trusted profession every year, with one exception, since 1999, when they were added to the poll. So we were just added to the poll in 1999. The only year they did not top the poll, the only year we did not top the poll was 2001. And that's when I became a nurse. I became an LPN in 2001. And then I was working, going back to school. and got my RN license in 2006. So the only year that nurses did not top the poll was 2001, when firefighters earned a record high 90% rating in their only appearance on the list in the wake of, and my first thought was, yeah, 9/11. I went to think when I heard firefighters, I'm thinking 9/11. Yep. So in the wake of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, which claimed the lives of 343 New York City firefighters. I didn't even know that. Wow. They deserve to have very high rankings for that. Yeah, so this is very interesting news. An interesting fun fact that if you are considering or if you are in the profession of nursing, you have a lot to be proud of, a lot to be thankful for, that we're ranking top. And as you can see, the nurses here we're on this green line. Yeah, we're staying at the top. The medical doctors are here on the blue line. Here's all the years, 2010, little spike here in 2020, but then back down in 2022. And our last one is pharmacists. Pharmacists have the dotted line here, and they're a little bit above the doctors. Right here, they're kind of neck and neck, and then kind of underneath and underneath there in 2021, 2022. So, yeah, please tell me how you would rate the honesty and ethical standards of people in these different fields. What would you rate nurses, medical doctors, or pharmacists? Very high, high, average, low, or very low? I think we all play a big part as a team. And I'm just really ecstatic and really, it's really impressive to see that nurses are ranking above that because we're the ones at the bedside doing all the work. But we all work together as a team. Not everybody can be at the bedside. So it's an interesting article. If you want to go in and read it, they have a lot of graphs and things here. And here's another of Americans' ratings of honesty and ethics of professions. Please tell me how you would rate the honesty and ethical standards of people in these different fields. Okay, so this answers my other question, which I had was, who are these other people that they looked at? So these must be the 17 people. Very high, high, average, low, or very low. So that's their rating. And this is just on the honesty and ethical standards. So nurses are at the top, medical doctors, pharmacists, high school teachers. That's amazing. Police officers, clergy are not even at the higher list. Clergy, then judges, accountants, labor union leaders. You have bankers, real estate agents, lawyers. I'm surprised lawyers made it in the list. But journalists, advertising practitioners, that's interesting. Business executives, car salespeople, member of Congress, and telemarketers. So those are the people that are on the poll, not necessarily that. I guess I shouldn't really say that they made the list because I'm not looking at what they scored on the list, but it's just the people that they decided to put on the poll. I'm not sure how you get to that poll, but notable rankings for clergy, high school teachers, and police. Partisan differences in views of ethical ratings. Here are the U.S. partisans. I'm sorry, I said partisans. Partisans ratings of honesty and ethics of professions. And then they give you kind of the bottom line. So very interesting article to look at. And my main thing here is that I am just so proud of nurses. If you are an inspiring and upcoming nurse and need assistance with getting your nursing license, assistance with passing that NCLEX exam, that's my specialty. I would love to help you. But I also just want to say thank you. Thank you all for working so hard. And if you're ever trying to, see your motivation through this and get some motivation, this can also be motivation to know that you have chosen or you have been chosen for a profession that is highly recognized among the community nationwide. So thank you, nurses. I appreciate you. I know the feeling because this is me on the other side as well. I am a nurse, like I said, since 2001. And so this is just great to hear really good news that we're still ranking high with our profession, ethical standards. So I hope this Fun Fact Friday has helped you enjoy the week and going into the weekend. You all have a wonderful, wonderful, and blessed weekend. If you're interested in catching a webinar, there will be some information in the comments. There's a free webinar coming up next Tuesday, March 5th, for those who are interested in just getting some insight and information on the online NCLEX school, online School of NCLEX review. So if you're really serious about passing your NCLEX and you've been struggling with it, then you may need a good group study online review. And you can get some information about it. The information is free. So come and join us next Tuesday, March 5th. We are starting at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So you just accommodate for your time zone. Also, I have a webinar this Saturday, which is that tickets are not free, but there is a webinar this Saturday. I do that every Saturday where we have a group study with some of my students. You're welcome to come and join. This week, we're going to be talking about Generate Solutions. And it's the last webinar for this little session because I'm taking a break and then I'll come back like 2 weeks later. So it's a good one to catch. And what else do we have planned? A lot of good things are coming up. So I'm just excited. I'm excited that I've chosen this profession way back when and that it is such a highly honored and respected profession. So you guys keep working hard, keep working strong, work smarter, not harder. But, I appreciate you as well. If no one else has said so, you deserve this recognition. So for now, you enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you next time.